Race is a big issue. I don't know why. I think if people just let race issues go, then it would go away. But we keep bringing it up. But it's funny. It's funny. That's why. So I bring it up. I talk about it. The color. People. I heard yesterday. I wish we talked about people using the color of their skin, the actual color versus these words. Yeah. Personally, I'd rather be called white than to be called what I really am, because I'm a guy. I'm lazy. White is easier than pinkish-peach with a little bit of freckles and darker in the summer. That's wordy to me. I'd rather be called white, and I would never, ever, ever want to be called Caucasian. That has pissed me off since I saw that word. First time I ever saw the term Caucasian, it was on one of those fill in the little circle tests that you take in high school. The standardized test, and it says race, and it's got all these things that's Caucasian. I don't know what that is. So I raised my hand and asked the proctor, and he was just he wasn't really dedicated to his job. He's just a football coach. He's just filling in or something. And he's like, it means white. So I marked it. But I looked it up later because, well, that's what nerds do. Nerds look words up. And this was back before Google was really a big thing. I don't even know if it was around. I never heard of it. So I looked in a dictionary. Didn't find it. Looked in an encyclopedia. And I found Caucasian. It's actually a biological term that's used for people who come from the Caucasus region of the world. And it can be really white, like white Russians, or it can be olive skin, like Turkish folks. I mean, it just biologically describes people from the Caucasus Mountains. The only place in the world where it's used for white is in America. I would rather be called white. Caucasian, I don't want to... I've never been to the Caucasus Mountains. Nobody I know has ever been to the Caucasus Mountains. And someday when I'm a world traveler, I'm not going to go to the Caucasus Mountains. That's just stupid. Yeah, Caucasian doesn't work. White. Okay, white's kind of a blanket. It overshadows a lot of things because I got mixed colors in me. Not a lot, but some mixed. Does it exemplify, I don't even know if that's the right word. White, Dutch, German, French, English, Cherokee? It blankets it. It blankets it. Because you don't say mutt. You just say the color, white. I mean, I get it. There are some people who want to be termed whatever hyphen American. I think that's goofy, personally, because we're American. I don't care if you're African American, Israeli American, Arab American. You're American. If you're American, you're American. That's just the way it is. It should be. But simplify it with the color if you want to. Hey, you're black. You're brown. You're white. That's the extent. I don't like calling people yellow skinned and red skinned. I think it's kind of weird. Unless they're really redneck, redneck because you can burn a lot. I heard an explanation of the term redneck, which sounds apt and true. There was a TV show that it came from, which I'm sure they look up their facts because it's on TV, and it was a documentary type show. But the word redneck comes from people used to wrap bandanas on their neck, and red was the cheapest. What was it? The cheapest color of cloth, and the people who'd wrap bandanas and lay on their neck and get them wet would be like farmers and agricultural folks, poorer folks. So poorer folks would have wet bandanas on their neck. When they take them off, they're wet. They're red because it bled a little bit. The color bled a little bit. So it's not just because I thought it was just because you're, like, spend a lot of time outside and you'd burn. But it comes more from being into color. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Hey, you learn something every day. White or red or black or green or... I've never seen a green person. That's cool, though, actually. It's very, very, very hulkish. Very hulkish.